Arthritis, 6 foods to avoid urgently and what to eat instead. Do you have arthritis? It's harrowing. Arthritis is an inflammatory disease that targets the joints, including the feet, hands, fingers, or shoulders. Did you know that diet is a determining factor in treating and preventing arthritis? The goal is to eliminate products that promote inflammation of the joints. It is the best natural treatment for arthritis or polyarthritis relief. It's true, and health comes from the plate. To help you, we've listed foods to avoid, but also foods you should eat instead. What foods should you avoid when you have arthritis? Here are 6 foods to avoid when you have arthritis and 7 foods to eat instead to relieve or prevent arthritis. 1. Alcohol and sodas. Have you noticed that joint pain is more severe when you drink alcohol? Alcohol is indeed an aggravating factor. And you don't have to drink a lot for the adverse effects to be felt. 1 or 2 glasses are enough. No need to rush for sodas. Their composition is not very healthy, and their ingredients worsen the inflammation and, therefore, the pain. Why not try a detox drink instead, like cucumber water? It is much better for health but also much more economical. 2. White bread. A good baguette is indeed good. But don't overdo it. Why? Because refined carbohydrates that contain white bread can promote inflammation. In addition, from a nutritional point of view, white bread does not add much. Instead, I prefer wholemeal bread, much richer in fiber, vitamins and minerals, and organic. And it's the same with pasta. Choose organic wholemeal pasta. 3. French fries and crisps. It's no secret, French fries and crisps are the #1 enemy of your line. But in addition, these fatty foods promote the proliferation of inflammatory substances in the body. Indeed, most of the time, they are cooked in oils full of omega-6 fatty acids. They are the ones that promote inflammation. Not to mention that fries like crisps are usually full of salt. As a result, when you have arthritis, you have to avoid these foods. 4. Sugar. Both sugar and saturated fat are inflammatory agents. Ice creams, cakes, candies are saturated with sugar and saturated fat. Avoid eating them as much as possible and prefer healthy alternatives like the ones we've listed here. It is also a good idea to make your cakes. Not only can you replace the sugar with a natural substitute like coconut blossom sugar, but you also know the composition of your cake. In addition, it is much more economical. Either way, try replacing butter and cream with low-fat yogurt and cut back on sugar. Watch out for margarine, it's a false friend full of trans fatty acid. So avoid too. 5. Sunflower and soybean oil. Again, some oils are not your friends. Safflower, sunflower, soybean or corn oils are rich in pro-inflammatory fatty acids, omega-6 fatty acids. Indeed, these oils contain more omega-6 fatty acids than omega-3 fatty acids. Exactly what you should avoid. Not to be confused with omega-3 fatty acids, which are anti-inflammatory. You can find these good fatty acids in avocado, walnut, flax, or cod liver oils. 6. Red meat and cold cuts. Scientific studies are formal. They have established a link between a vegetarian diet and reduced inflammatory reactions in people with rheumatoid arthritis. So a word of advice, reduce your consumption of meat and cold meats today. Meat, especially red meat, promotes inflammation in the body. It is acidifying because of its saturated fat, high omega-6 and iron content. In addition, it prevents the proper assimilation of omega-3 by the body. White meats are less fatty, but the digestion of white meats generates inflammatory acids. And deli meats contain a lot of saturated fat and sodium, like a lot of processed products. In addition, by eating less meat, you will preserve your health, but you will also save money. Are you worried about protein deficiencies? Replace meat with foods rich in plant protein. They will provide you with a good source of vegetable protein. Rest assured, nothing prevents you from eating a little meat from time to time, but by choosing good quality meat. Note also that animal milk and cheese are often considered aggravating factors. No studies prove it, but many people experience improvement when they reduce their intake of dairy products. Maybe worth a try, right? What foods to eat when you have arthritis? Fortunately, there are foods that, on the contrary, prevent and relieve arthritis. They are also the basis of the Cretan diet, so renowned for its health benefits. Here are 7 foods to eat when you have arthritis. 1. Garlic, onion, shallot. Aliaceae designate garlic, onions, chives, shallots, onions, not to mention leeks. Thanks to their sulfur compounds, like allicin, all of them are potent anti-inflammatories. They are therefore to be consumed without moderation. For example, you can make leek quiche, onion soup, garlic and tomato flans, or flavor your vinegar with shallot. Flavor your dishes with scallions, shallots or chives. And don't hesitate to spice up your shrimp dishes with garlic. 2. Olive oil and rapeseed. You should avoid certain oils. On the other hand, others must be an integral part of your diet. These include rapeseed, extra virgin olive or flaxseed oils. They are important sources of omega-3 and have recognized anti-inflammatory effects. Olive oil, for example, is the basis of the Cretan diet. It is rich in monounsaturated fatty acids. It is used in seasoning and cooking at 200 degrees Celsius max. Be careful, do not use linseed oil in cooking food. 3. Cabbages, radishes and turnips. In short, all the vegetables of the cruciferous family. They are rich in vitamins C and K, flavonoids, fiber and sulfur compounds and glucosinolates. By consuming them, you stimulate the production of enzymes that block inflammatory mechanisms and prevent cartilage destruction. Eat it 3 times a week, preferably raw or cooked al dente, steamed or in a bit of water. Are we running out of easy recipe ideas? For example, make chicken with broccoli simmered or gratin, or cauliflower in the oven or gratin. And never miss cooking cauliflower again with these 3 tips. 4. Whole grains. Oats, quinoa, barley, brown rice, all these cereals contain fiber, vitamins B6 and B9 and vegetable proteins. They are therefore handy in the fight against inflammation. For example, you can prepare a delicious quinoa tabbouleh. The best is to combine them with legumes, beans, lentils, dried beans, to complete the intake of amino acids. They can then replace meat. 5. Oily fish. Mackerel, herring, sardines, anchovies, tuna, salmon, eels, halibut, all are super rich in omega-3, selenium, zinc and vitamin D. They protect the joints from inflammation. The best is to eat it twice a week, as fresh as possible to preserve omega-3s, marinated, raw, steamed. It is better to choose small fish less polluted by heavy metals, unlike salmon or swordfish. 6. Red fruits. Fill up on raspberries, blueberries, blackcurrants, pomegranates, cranberries, cherries, strawberries and grapes. They all contain antioxidants, polyphenols, beta-carotene, vitamin C, and various minerals. The tannins and pigments in these fruits are anti-inflammatories, kind of like aspirin or ibuprofen. You can eat them frozen or fresh, but preferably raw to keep their vitamin C. On the other hand, it is better to choose organic because strawberries, raspberries and cherries are among the red fruits most contaminated by pesticides. The good smoothies are yours. 7. Shellfish and crustaceans. Not only is it good, but it is also a good source of protein, minerals and antioxidant trace elements, zinc and selenium. So, treat yourself regularly with mussels, oysters and shrimp. But what is arthritis anyway? This term relates to several diseases, whether acute or chronic. Its origin can be infectious, septic arthritis, immune, rheumatoid arthritis, or metabolic, gout. It causes the secretion of quinines, which are substances that attack the joints. The symptoms are a pain in the joints, especially at night. Joints can become deformed. We can also feel the heating in the joints and see redness appear. Not to be confused with osteoarthritis, which is a mechanical disease. The joint's cartilage wears out until it disappears. The bones then rub against each other, which is painful. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe our channel.